Genoa City spirals into holiday chaos as secrets explode, alliances fracture, and Nikki draws a firm line with Victor, while a dangerous new enemy targets the Newman family, putting Nikki's hard-won stability and everyone she loves at risk. Welcome to Celebrity Gossip 24 Hours, where the drama unfolds and the stories captivate. Holiday chaos looms in Genoa City as secrets spill, alliances crack, and Nikki draws a hard line. As the young and the restless heads into the festive week of December 22nd to 26th, Genoa City is anything but peaceful. Early spoilers tease explosive confrontations, risky betrayals, and emotional breaking points that threaten to reshape multiple lives just days before Christmas. From Sally Spectra's urgent warning to Kyle Abbott's shocking decision to spill dangerous secrets, the holiday season promises more fireworks than cheer. Sally sounds the alarm, and Audra's future hangs in the balance. The drama begins with tension between Sally Spectra and Audra Charles, following the fallout from a high-profile launch event. Sally admits she wishes Audra had attended, but their conversation quickly turns serious when Newman Media's damaging coverage of Chabot comes up. Sally is visibly disturbed by Audra's open satisfaction over the Abbott's crisis, especially when Audra admits she wants Kyle Abbott to suffer. That admission sets off alarm bells. Sally gently but firmly calls Audra out, suggesting she's far too focused on Kyle and questioning whether unresolved feelings are driving her anger. To Sally, the dynamic feels dangerously close to obsession. Audra immediately shuts that down, insisting she despises Kyle and is only interested in revenge, particularly against Kyle and Claire Newman. Still, Sally isn't convinced. When Audra correctly guesses that Jill Abbott is the key investor behind Abbott.com, reality sinks in. Audra worries Jill will never approve her involvement due to past conflicts, and Sally confirms the risk is real. While she promises to advocate for Audra, Sally makes one thing crystal clear: continuing the Kyle vendetta will destroy her chances. Sally's warning is blunt: let it go, or lose everything. Kyle confesses, but Claire struggles to believe the worst. At Crimson Lights, Kyle Abbott opens up to Claire Grace Newman in what becomes a pivotal conversation. Claire explains she skipped the launch party to spend time with her sister Katie, then cautiously asks whether Chabot is truly in danger. She quickly suspects Victor Newman's involvement, but Kyle reveals the situation is far worse than she imagined. Kyle admits Victor is in possession of stolen AI technology and has already used it to target Kane Ashby. Fearing the same fate, the Abbotts were forced to shut down Chabot's servers as a defensive move. Claire, however, resists believing her grandfather would go this far, especially if it could hurt Summer Newman. Kyle counters with painful history. He reminds Claire that Jack Abbott once risked everything to help Nikki get sober, and Victor's bitterness over that act has never faded. Claire spirals into guilt, blaming herself for Nikki's relapse and the chaos that followed. Kyle reassures her that the Abbotts don't hold her responsible, but the threat remains real. Chabot could be lost, and Victor is at the center of it all. Nikki learns the truth and reaches her breaking point. Jack Abbott soon confronts Nikki Newman with hard questions. Did she warn Victor about the Chabot shutdown? Nikki is deeply hurt by the accusation but admits she overheard Victor discussing it with Adam. Jack points out that a warning could have changed everything, leaving Nikki consumed with regret. When Jack asks if Nikki knows where Victor is keeping the AI, she admits she doesn't, and fears that probing too deeply would only raise suspicion. Jack warns that Victor has officially started a war, and it's going to get ugly. Nikki heads home intending to confront her husband but instead runs into Claire, who is also desperate for answers. Nikki confirms Kyle's claims: Victor has the AI and used it against Kane. She explains that Chabot's shutdown was a necessary shield, not an attack. Claire again feels responsible, but Nikki shuts that down, making it clear Victor's hatred of Jack long predates recent events. Then Nikki draws a stunning line in the sand. She vows to confront Victor and tells Claire that if Jack loses Jabot, Victor may lose his marriage. Nikki admits she has excused too many of Victor's actions over the years, but this one is unforgivable. The Abbotts strike back, and Phyllis becomes the wild card. Kyle reports back to Jack, revealing Claire isn't fully convinced of Victor's guilt yet. Jack explains that Billy Abbott is pursuing a dangerous plan, convincing Phyllis Summers to steal the AI back from Victor. At the same time, Jack prepares a public relations push to repair Jabot's reputation. Kyle is tasked with informing Summer about Victor's actions and the potential fallout for Marchetti. Jack also urges Kyle to encourage Claire to intervene with her grandfather, unaware she's already preparing to do just that. On Thursday, December 18th, Phyllis officially reaches her breaking point. Furious that Victor betrayed her and failed to honor their agreement, she's ready to listen when Billy offers an alternative. Acting on Jack's instructions, Billy promises Phyllis anything she wants if she retrieves the AI. The question isn't whether Phyllis is angry enough, she is. The real concern is whether Victor has locked the AI down tightly enough to make it impossible to steal. Jack explodes at Adam and legal threats loom. Meanwhile, Jack confronts Adam Newman and Chelsea Lawson over Newman Media's speculative hit piece. Jack accuses them of knowingly publishing damaging claims without proof and makes it clear they won't get away with it. With even Adam admitting the article was full of holes, a potential libel lawsuit hangs in the air. Kyle follows through on Jack's request, warning Summer that Victor's actions could cost her Marchetti. He reveals the truth about the stolen AI, the Jabot shutdown, and Victor's retaliation, a betrayal that leaves Summer caught between family loyalty and professional survival. Friday turns dark: danger, deception, and marriage trouble. Friday, December 19th, takes a darker turn. Matt Clark pushes corrupt detective Annie Stewart to eliminate Sienna Bacall, unaware she's under heavy security at the Newman ranch. Nikki and Victor's marriage hits dangerous territory as Nikki confronts him over Jack, igniting Victor's fury. Elsewhere, tensions escalate between Nick Newman and Matt, potentially leading to a life-or-death confrontation. Diane Jenkins quietly seeks Michael Baldwin's help, hinting at a legal trap that could finally ensnare Victor. Christmas week, preemptions, fallout, and fragile hope. During the week of December 22nd to 26th, 4 new episodes are scheduled, with Christmas Day airing a classic rerun. Phyllis spirals as her deal with Billy fails to ease her rage at Victor and Kane. Even if she retrieves the AI, blame will follow, especially once it's revealed she specifically targeted Jabot. Matt grows increasingly unhinged as his plans fail. Holden Novak and Audra make a pact to protect a dark secret. Abbott stumbles but begins to recover as Sally and Billy push forward. Chelsea finally pushes back against Adam, exhausted by Victor's control. On Christmas Eve, Victor and Nikki reflect on what truly matters, while Jack and Diane share a rare moment of peace. Christmas Day brings a nostalgic rerun, a reminder that even Victor Newman has been haunted by the ghosts of his past. As Genoa City braces for the holidays, one thing is clear: this Christmas, forgiveness may be harder to find than redemption, and some secrets could change everything. Today's next update. Danger looms for Nikki Newman as a new villain targets the Newman family. Trouble may be brewing once again for Nikki Newman on The Young and the Restless, as spoilers hint at a dangerous new chapter that could put her hard-won recovery at serious risk. With Matt Clark, also known as Mitch Bacall, spiraling after a devastating financial loss, the Newmans could soon find themselves facing his most disturbing retaliation yet. Matt's rage has been steadily building since Victor Newman unleashed the powerful AI program that wiped out his fortune. Stripped of his wealth and influence, Matt isn't just looking to recover what he lost, he wants payback. And this time, his revenge plans may extend far beyond business rivals. Rather than limiting his retaliation to those directly involved in his downfall, Matt appears ready to widen the scope of his attack. By targeting the Newman family itself, he can strike where Victor is most vulnerable. And few targets would shake Victor more than his wife. That possibility places Nikki squarely in the danger zone. Nikki's long and painful struggle with addiction has been a defining storyline, and recent episodes have deliberately revisited that history. The show has reminded viewers how fragile her recovery has been, particularly after traumatic events involving those closest to her. Fans will remember that Nikki once suffered a devastating relapse during a period of extreme manipulation and emotional distress. Although she ultimately found her way back to stability, the damage from that period continues to echo. Guilt surrounding those events recently resurfaced when Kyle Abbott shared painful details with Claire Newman, leaving Claire burdened by responsibility for Nikki's past setback. That guilt was later echoed in a private moment between Claire and Nikki herself, reinforcing the idea that Nikki's recovery remains a sensitive and emotionally charged issue within the family. These reminders feel intentional, especially now, as a new threat looms. Matt's previous actions suggest he is willing to use extreme psychological pressure to get what he wants. In the past, he attempted to coerce Noah Newman into an unthinkable choice to save someone he cared about. That pattern raises troubling questions about how far Matt might go if he believes he can gain leverage over Victor. Spoilers suggest that Matt may not hesitate to exploit Nikki's vulnerabilities if it helps him regain control. The mere possibility of such manipulation is enough to send alarm bells ringing across Genoa City. Victor, already juggling corporate warfare and personal conflict, could soon face an enemy willing to cross lines even Victor himself rarely touches. And while Nikki has shown tremendous strength in rebuilding her life, the threat of being dragged into another crisis, especially for someone she loves, adds a layer of emotional peril. Whether Matt's schemes succeed or not, one thing is clear: the Newmans are heading into dark and unpredictable territory. Nikki won't be facing this chaos alone, but the road ahead promises intense emotional stakes and serious consequences. As this storyline unfolds, viewers can expect rising tension, moral dilemmas, and unsettling twists that test the limits of loyalty and resilience. No matter how it plays out, danger is closing in, and the Newmans may soon learn just how far Matt Clark is willing to go. For more of the latest updates and behind-the-scenes secrets from Young and the Restless, make sure to hit subscribe and ring that bell. Stay in the know with every new release.